Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. In this episode we are in beautiful Canada, and more specifically in Montreal. Yes, we are in another country right now, and we're going to be visiting some of the cool neighborhoods in the center of Montreal. There's really a lot of stuff right here. I really feel that walking through all of the streets, it feels like a combination of America and Europe all blended into one to give this beautiful place that is Montreal. And I'm really curious to see what there is here. Everything I've seen up to now is gorgeous, and I know it's going to get even better. So without any further ado, let's explore. Montreal is the second most populous city in Canada and most populous city in the Canadian province of Quebec. As of 2021, the city had a population of 1.7 million and a metropolitan population of 4.2 million, making it the second largest city and the second largest metropolitan area in Canada. French is the city's official language, with over 50% of its population using it as their primary language. Founded in 1642 as Ville-Marie, or City of Mary, it is named after Mont-Royal, the triple-peaked hill around which the early city of Ville-Marie is built. The city is centered on the island of Montreal and a few smaller peripheral islands, the largest of which is Île Bizard. Historically the commercial capital of Canada, Montreal was surpassed in population and economic strength by Toronto in the 1970s. One thing about Montreal is that I noticed that they are super duper artistic, and you can really see it in their architecture because a lot of their houses are colored, and especially when you go to the Plateau, Le Plateau, which is a neighborhood of Montreal, they have Les Maisons Colorées, which is a neighborhood that has a lot of houses that have different colors. And it's really interesting to see all this architecture of Montreal because already it's different because they have red bricks, but then they painted these bricks in different colors. It's really artistic, and it's super beautiful. And yeah, there's quite a few streets that you can find that have this kind of architecture, and if you look online, you can actually even do a sort of tour of all these houses. But yeah, I just thought it was really gorgeous, and they really needed to be highlighted because me being from America, well, this is super duper different. And just looking at it, I'm feeling like I'm walking through maybe an outdoor museum. And since the weather is nice today too, it's just gorgeous to walk out here in the Plateau. The colored houses of Montreal are located in the Plateau area, which is famous for the arts, with a large concentration of artists, musicians, and creative organizations. The colored houses can be found in pretty much every street of the neighborhood and are characterized with intricate architecture and really cool outdoor stairs, which many houses in Canada have. The reason that they have these outdoor stairs in the past was because it was required by law to have a fire escape route on the exterior of the building. As for the Plateau, it began as a bourgeois community with parts of its extensions as working class developing around the beginning of the 20th century. In the 21st century, the large number of French-born residents of the neighborhood has earned it the nicknames of Le Petit Paris and La Petite France. Le Plateau has the highest concentration of youths in Montreal, an overall average age range of 25 to 34 years old. One thing about the city is the fact that there is so much greenery, and because there is a lot of greenery, well, they have a lot of parks, like the park that I'm standing in, which is called the St. Louis Square, and this square has existed since 1876. And what's cool about it is that it has a lot of Victorian houses surrounding it, kind of like the colored houses that I showed previously. And it's really beautiful. It's in the same neighborhood too, and they also have a cast iron fountain in the center of the square, and it's just gorgeous. And once again shows that when you have a lot of rain, when you have a lot of snow, when you have a lot of seasons, well, this greenery can just lead to a lot of parks and areas where people can relax and enjoy the weather when it is sunny like today. And this is kind of the power of Montreal, the power of Canada. The square is located on the site of the city's former reservoir, which was in use until 1852, after which it was replaced by the McTavish Reservoir following the Great Fire of 1852. The square was created in 1876 and was named for two businessmen, brothers Emmanuel Saint-Louis and Jean-Baptiste Saint-Louis. Also, as mentioned, the square is notable for its Victorian-era style residences, which in Western American cities tend to be two-story houses or one-story cottages. When we are in the Plateau region of Montreal, they actually have a park that's called the Mont-Royal Park, which is a really awesome park. It's huge, has a lot of greenery, it has a bunch of hiking trails that go all the way up and have beautiful views of the city. But what's also really nice about this park is that every week they have a weekly drumming circle that goes from morning till evening, and they're called Les Tam Tam, and it's pretty awesome to see because there's quite a few people around there. There's a lot of noise happening, there's a lot of dance happening, and it's kind of very typical of this area. There's not a lot of places in the world where they have these kind of drumming circles, and it's also located next to the Georges-Étienne Cartier statue, which is a really enormous statue that has a sort of pyramid shape, but at the same time it has a couple of other statues on the side, and what they represent are the different provinces of Canada. So yeah, it's really beautiful to see, and as I said, it's right next to the drumming circle. But yeah, this park is enormous, and it kind of reminds me a lot of the nature that we have in Europe, so it's kind of feels a little bit homey. And yeah, the hiking trail is awesome, and yeah, this is kind of a place where you can really relax and meditate and just have a beautiful walk. The Mont-Royal is one of Montreal's largest green spaces and was formed through the deep extension of a vastly eroded ancient volcanic complex, which was probably active about 125 million years ago. The park was originally designed by Frédéric Law Olmsted, who also co-designed New York City's Central Park. The forest in this park is a green jewel rising above downtown Montreal and is known for its beautiful autumn foliage as well as its extensive hiking and cross-country ski trails. Today the mountain is crowned by a 31.4 meter high illuminated cross installed in 1924 by the Société Saint-Jean-Baptiste, now owned by the city. Look at how beautiful the top of Mont-Royal is. You get to see a beautiful view of the city. It's a good panoramic, a good 270 degrees, and on top they also have a chalet where they have a sort of coffee shop, but it's just so gorgeous. And obviously, well, because there's a beautiful view, there's quite a few tourists everywhere, but it is really, really worth it. The lookout at the Belvedere takes in downtown, the river, and the Montérégie hills. Also from this view you can really see that Montreal is an island, being surrounded with water on all sides. Montreal truly is a modern city with its city buildings and skyscrapers surrounded by an enormous amount of greenery, which stems from the fact that this area of the world truly has 4 seasons with cold winters, rainy months, and hot summers. One thing that I love in Canada is that there are quite a lot of pedestrian areas. Well, Canadians love to walk, kind of like in Europe. And right here where I'm standing, it's called l'Avenue du Mont-Royal, which is a street that becomes pedestrian during the summer. It's 2 kilometers long, and there's a bunch of shops and cafes and even a couple of libraries. It's really, really pleasant. They even have bicycle lanes, so they're not going to bump into the pedestrians. So it's really safe to walk here. But it is really nice because I'm from Los Angeles and I'm used to seeing a lot of cars, so when I'm in an area with a bunch of people walking around and relaxing, it just feels so homey and nice. Mont-Royal Avenue, once named Tannery Road, is really stupendous with all of its shops and relaxed atmosphere. But another thing that is pretty prevalent while walking here is the murals that seem to be covering a bunch of the walls of its shops and buildings. Truly walking down this pathway, one has to be looking left and right in order to capture all of the hidden artwork. And even with vigilance, I'm pretty sure that really seeing everything would take multiple visits. This is something that I really wanted to highlight about Montreal, is the fact that they have a downtown that is really similar to what you would expect from an American city. There's really quite a few things right here. There's a lot of high-rise buildings, a lot of modern stuff. They also have a lot of commercial street like the Rue Sainte-Catherine, which has quite a few stores and a lot of people walking everywhere. But at the same time, you can also see a little bit of European influence, kind of like the Square Phillips that has a big statue of King Edward. And it's really, really reminiscent almost of what you would expect in the central squares of European cities. It's really beautiful. And then here, because it is the summer in Montreal, it is very sunny and a lot of people are walking, so it's really cool to walk right here. It's very pleasant, and as I did say, it's very American-like, so you'll feel like you're in an American city. The downtown region houses many corporate headquarters, as well as the large majority of the city's skyscrapers, which by law cannot be greater in height than Mont-Royal in order to preserve the aesthetic predominance and intimidation factor of the mountain. Downtown Montreal is also home to McGill University, which is an English-language public research university founded in 1821 by royal charter granted by King George IV. The university bears the name of James McGill, a Scottish merchant whose bequest in 1813 formed the university's precursor. McGill's main campus is on the slope of Mont-Royal in downtown Montreal in the borough of Ville-Marie, with the second campus situated in Sainte-Anne-de-la-Bellevue. This university offers degrees and diplomas in over 300 fields of study, with the highest average entering grades of any Canadian university. This city being an island, well, there's quite a lot of water surrounding it. And right here in Le Vieux Port, Well, we have the old port, and there's a lot of water right here. There's quite a few boats, and also because it is the oldest area of the city, well, we have a lot of streets that are very reminiscent of European streets. There's quite a lot of buildings that are reminiscent of Europe, and it just has this really cool vibe, and shows even more how much there's a perfect blend of Europe and America, and it has created Canada. And yeah, this is just such a pleasant place to walk in. And yeah, I think that having shown you guys a lot of Montreal, this is a perfect place to end this video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed coming on this visit of Montreal, and if you did enjoy it, please be sure to subscribe, hit the like button, leave me a comment too. Let me know what you liked about the city, let me know what you didn't like about the city, let me know what other things I should come and visit. Maybe that'll be a perfect excuse for me to come and visit more stuff in Montreal. But with that being said, have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.